Hey, guess what? It's Thursday, which means it's time to, once again, yap in the car. And today I'm going to yap to you about something totally new, a whole new subject, so you can just stay or go, whatever you want to do. But if you are a woman, or if you've ever known a woman, or if you know that women exist, or if you've ever met a woman, or if you believe in women, I think you should stick around and listen to this. So I don't know if you guys are following the Squeeze podcast, but it is Boy Taylor and Girl Taylor Lautner. It's a really good podcast. Just in general, they have a lot of different topics that they cover and they talk to a lot of interesting people. But this week's episode specifically is Girl Tay and the hosts of the SheMD podcast. And I don't know them all that well, but I'm going to get to know them very well. It is the topic that they discuss this week is women's health, PCOS, GLP-1 medications, insulin resistance, and the list goes on. So here's the thing that I'm going to tell you. And this is not something that we discuss regularly here, or that I even discuss very regularly at all, unless you're my mom or my doctor. But since 2021, since May 2021, I have lost around 280 pounds. And I say that around because, to be honest with you, at my heaviest weight, I genuinely do not know what I weighed. I had gotten to a place where I avoided anything to do with body, weight, health, you name it. I wasn't into it at all. But what I did know, and what I have known about myself for a very, very long time, is that 1, I have PCOS. 2, I am insulin resistant. And 3, when I don't consume sugar or carbohydrates, I feel better. I knew those 3 things were true. So in May of 2021, I got to a place where I felt so terrible all the time that I was like, I can't live like this anymore. I have to change something or I'm going to die. And so I made the decision, because I knew those 3 things were true, that I was going to restrict my diet. I was going to cut out sugar and carbs completely as much as possible and just see what happened, right? That's what I was going to do. And that is exactly what I did. From May of 2021 to September of 2022, I lost 180 pounds, which is on average about 10 pounds per month. And I'm going to tell you something, the craziest thing. Nobody noticed. Like, the people that were part of my daily life, I wasn't doing this in an effort to change my body. Yes, my body has changed, and that's whatever it is. But I was doing this because I legitimately was winded walking from my house to my car. I was at a point where I was raising a child that I needed to be alive for, and I felt like I couldn't move throughout my day. I physically could not move throughout my day. I have talked about this part before, but there was a point in that journey, when I decided to make this choice. I was on the beach, my favorite place on this planet, and I had walked from the condo down to the beach, and I genuinely did not want to walk back up. Genuinely did not have the energy to walk from the beach to my condo, which is like a 3-minute walk. In September of 2022, after I had already successfully lost 180 pounds, I made the decision to reach out to my healthcare provider about discussing GLP-1 medications. At the time, there was just a little bit of information about these drugs available, and it was kind of before the big boom where everybody was taking Ozempic for a very minor weight loss. All I knew was that these drugs were helping people who had blood sugar abnormalities, and I knew that I needed to continue to lose weight. So I contacted my healthcare provider, we discussed it, and they decided that it would be a good idea for me to try a GLP-1. So that is what we did. And I'm going to tell you, to this day, I remain at my healthy, normal weight. I remain medicated on GLP-1 medications, and I'm going to tell you why. I started GLP-1s in September of 2022. I continued to lose weight. Everyone that I know, the funniest part of this is everyone that I know that finds this out about me is like, oh, well, that's how you lost so much weight. I've lost 280 pounds. That's like 2 adult humans. Everybody that I know attributes this weight loss to either my divorce, a revenge body vibe, which is so not even a thing, and we'll discuss that in another Yap session, or to GLP-1 medications. And the funniest part of this is that when I started taking these drugs, I continued to lose weight. I lost, over the course of the next 10 months, another 100 pounds. So if you do that math, that is, on average, 10 pounds per month, which is the same exact pace that I was losing weight previously, where I had lost almost 2 times that amount of weight without GLP-1 medications. All that to say, I have seen some people, everyone has feelings about this, and you're entitled to feel whatever you want to feel. I just ask that you do it from a place of informing yourself and actually educating yourself about people who live life in bodies with blood sugar abnormalities and irregularities. People who live life in bodies with conditions like PCOS, insulin resistance, other conditions that cause them to retain weight from a hormonal perspective that they are not able to lose, that impacts their life in ways other than their pant size. Because when I tell you, that is the last of the things that was a motivator for me in doing this. Taking control over this level of my health was never about my body. Yes, my body has changed. That is to be expected when you lose that much weight. Like, it has changed in ways that some are good and some are not great. Like, a lot of people wouldn't want to live with some of the things that I've chosen to live with post that level of weight loss, like the excess skin. There are a lot of things that go into living life in one of these bodies, right? But I just want to make sure. I've seen people make comments. I saw a creator that I love to follow on here the other day make a whole post about how I'm paraphrasing this, but I think they sort of wish that they could take these medications, but they know that they would be judged for it. Y'all, would we be judging somebody for taking medications to treat their blood pressure? Like, I am guilty of this as well. I've been kind of quiet about this whole aspect of my life just because I know that, like, one, it's not anybody else's business. I don't owe anybody an explanation for this. But two, I feel like it's unfair for people to assume that weight loss that I've experienced is the result of medication. It is not. Yes, I've taken medications and continue to take medications to treat a blood sugar abnormality that I have. I've been the same weight, the same body weight since May of 2023. I have gained and lost the same 4, 5, 6 pounds since May of 2023, which tells me this is where my body needs to be, correct? Yes. What's also happened since May of 2023 is that I have gotten into positions where I've had to change medications because they were no longer working for me, or because I've had to increase dosages of certain things that I'm taking because I'm having symptoms of blood sugar abnormalities. And because of that, I just think there are so many people out there who are living with these symptoms and with these feeling like they can't do anything about it. And there are a lot of reasons, there are a lot of barriers financially. There's a huge financial barrier to people being able to treat their health. There are a lot of women's health issues. Just go listen to the podcast. Just listen to it. If you don't do anything else today, please go listen to this podcast. Just take I don't even remember how long it was. I was listening to it in my AirPod while I was doing some work, but take the time as you're driving, as you're just doing laundry or working or whatever you're doing, take the time and listen to the episode of the Squeeze podcast that I'm referring to, because it is so eye-opening. And I think so many women either go undiagnosed or misdiagnosed or get the wrong type of healthcare. They don't know what they actually need to feel better. But I am here to tell you, as a person who has been treating this in this way for several years now, I have never, ever felt better internally than I feel right now. And it's something that I think it's very important for us to discuss, because it isn't just diabetes. It isn't just PCOS. It isn't just insulin resistance. There's so many things that people could potentially be benefiting from. And I just feel like it's a conversation that we need to have. Anyway, if you made it this far, I hope you have the very best Thursday. And if you have any questions for me, as always, you can leave me a comment or my DMs are open.